Man, you just made me think of something. So the education, if your base is wrong, if your CPO has a bug in it, your ability to analyze, critically think, and stuff is going to be what?
Corrupted.
Off kill, right? Because you think about the book that Carter G. Woodson created or wrote, which was the miseducation of the Negro, and he says that no one has actually studied the Negro to speak from his perspective in eons of time. Obviously, we had our own educational systems because you see it displayed in the Sphinx and what throughout all of the garden, or AKA Africa, that shows that there was obviously civilization and logic and knowledge and education and so forth and so on.
Right.
But as of recent, for the past several thousand years, it's been somewhat different. So I didn't want to necessarily cut you off, but when you analyze or you critically think through something, if your base is off, how does one know that they're having the proper education or the right information?
Well, see, that's what comes back to the ability to critically think. I'm a firm believer in asking questions. Even if I know the answer, I'm going to ask a question, because oftentimes I realize that there's other people in the room who may not be have the courage to ask it. So let me ask it for them to get that clarity, that answer, that response. But ultimately, the ability to create critical think and reason to come to that conclusion, because what you see sometimes will go in direct conflict with what you believe, your ideals, or what you have been taught. Because that whole exchange of information, if somebody's teaching you something, how are you receiving it? Because I can say 1 + 1 and prove it to you that it equals 2 every time. But if the lens you're operating, you're misinterpreting the addition sign for a subtraction sign or for a multiplication sign, that has to be corrected, but it then has to be proven as well. So you have to be able to see without a reasonable doubt that, okay, if you follow this algorithm, this formula, I'm giving you examples, this is how I came to this conclusion. Now, use your logic for what you believe in. Can you do the same thing? If not, you have to ask yourself, okay, I'm off. Why am I off? Why is this off? How did I come to this wrong conclusion? From what medium or what starting point am I gauging myself in order that has brought me to this end result? And a lot of times we can see it in life. We can see it in our own lives. We can see it in other people's lives. We can see it in the world around us.